Hello everybody, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're going to be play testing the deck that I did go over yesterday, Wano Yamato. I did make a little bit of changes to the deck, so here's the deck list, just because I know a lot of people don't get to see the deck list at the end of the video, so I'm going to start putting them at the beginning. But yeah, here's the deck list for any changes that I made from the last video, and let's get straight into the games. So into our first matchup, we have a Katakuri, and I think the first 3 games, I'm saying 3 because in parentheses 3, but we have 2 games with him realistically. But our first games we have against the Katakuri, I go first and I play the Yamato, he goes second, so he's gonna play nothing and he's gonna pass it to me. So I'm gonna use the Momo Searcher to search for a Wano type. I'm probably gonna get the Nekomamushi. I wish I can get the Onami, but it sucks that it's not Wano, but it's whatever. So then I'm going to play the 200 million volts to give myself the plus 3k and swing 8k to him. He's going to take it, and then I'm just going to pass turn. Thankfully, he didn't get any triggers, so we're chilling right now. He's going to attach 1 Don to leader, and then probably swing at the Momonosuke using leader effect to probably look at his or mine life. I noticed that this guy was looking at his own life a lot, so he was probably focusing around getting himself some triggers. And that's kind of one of the things that I've been having issues with Katakuri, is that he could, if I play Hiyori, he could just look at the top of my life and send whatever I had there to the bottom. And it does kind of suck, you know, having to deal with that. So I kind of really don't know how to play around that. The way I figured is just don't care about the triggers and just play as aggressive as I can. But yeah, so into my turn, I play the Nekomamushi, and then I swing 6k to life, and then I pass. He counters out with the 6k with the 2k, and then on his turn he plays a Gedatsu, which I wasn't expecting, popping my Nekomamushi. So then he passes turn after swinging 7k to life, and I think I took it there. So here I'm just kind of calculating what I could do. I'm gonna play the Momo Searcher, and let's see what I pick up. Probably okay, I pick up the Yamato 9-drop, and then I'm gonna swing 6k to his life, and then I'm probably gonna play the Kikunojo. Yep. So now if he pops it, it's gonna give me a life if he plays another Gedatsu. He doesn't actually play another Gedatsu though. He plays a Olin, and I let him get the other life. He swings 6k to my Momo Searcher, and then he's gonna swing 7k to life with his ability. It's kind of crazy that he gets 2k pretty much every swing. I don't know. I feel like that's just absolutely wild, but it is what it is. He's at 4 life. I'm at 3 life now. My 9 Dawn turn, I do get to use the Yamato and pop that Charlotte Linden, and then I'm gonna use, oh, I can't use my leader effect here because he's at 4 life now, so I'm just gonna swing 5k to life, and I think he takes it here. I'm not entirely, yeah, he does take it here. So he gets a Kikunojo off the trigger, and let's see, and he gets a Parasparrow off the trigger as well. I use leader effect to attach 2 Dawn to the Kikunojo, and then swing 8k to the Gedatsu, popping it. Or not popping it, but I guess KOing it. And I pass turn at that. So I do have 3 2Ks in hand and a 0 cost, or a 0K. So he swings 6k, I counter out. He swings 5k, I take it, and I get a Denjiro trigger, so I play it just so I can have a body on board, hoping for next turn. And then he's probably going to just swing 5k to life, which I will counter out with. Okay, never mind, I take it because I'm interesting why I took it. I guess I was hoping for a trigger on a character to be able to get played, but it just didn't happen. I had a Yamato in my last life, so it is what it is. So I'm going to swing 8k to life, and I think that was actually a misplay there. I probably should have swung 9k with the Yamato first, and then get him to use his counter, and then swing with leader effect so I can go for game there. I did misplay there, so I should have swung with the Yamato character first, and then swung with leader, just so I can get rid of all of his counters. But it is what it is. At this point, I'm pretty much done with the game. It's Jover at this point. I play a Hody Jones, trying to, you know, see if I can maybe get game here. I realistically can't. So I swing 8k with Kikunojo. He takes it. Swinging 6k with Denjiro, and he just counters out with the 2k. So I'm just like, well, it's Jover. Swing to the Kikunojo to get rid of his body, and then I'm probably just going to concede at that because there's no way I win here. Or yeah, he swings 12k with the Big Mom. So I rematch him. I do cut the video here a bit. Actually, it didn't even look like I cut the video, so we're good. But yeah, we rematch him, and in my starting hand, I get a Momo Searcher. So again, I'm going to play it. and then pass turn. He passes turn at that, so I'm gonna probably search with the Momo. Probably getting a 2K here, or the Kikunojo, but most likely a 2K maybe. I'm not sure. Okay, yeah. So I get a Kikunojo, and then I'm gonna do the 200 million volts play again, giving myself 3K and then swinging 8K. He takes it, and let's see what he does here. He's gonna swing 5K to life. He's probably gonna play. Okay, he plays a Kikunojo. So let's see. I have 5 Dawn, right? 2, 4, 5. Yeah, I have 5 Dawn. I can probably play the Denjiro, hoping if he has a Gadatsu. He can't pop it with the Gadatsu, so I'll probably play the Denjiro and then give the 2 rested Dawn from my leader. Okay, interesting. So he takes the hit there, and then I'm gonna use leader effect to give 2 rested Dawn to Denjiro, so he can't be KO'd by effects, and then he just concedes at that. I feel like he didn't mean to take the hit there, but hold on, let me check what he had in his hand. So after looking back at the footage, he definitely did have enough to counter out. He had a 0 cost event and he had a 2K counter. So I don't know why he took the 5K hit. Maybe it was a mistake. I'm not sure. But into our third game, on my second turn, on my first turn I don't get to play a Momo Searcher. So on my second turn I just swing 3K to life, or I guess 8K to life, and he takes it, getting the luckiest triggers. He plays a body off of it, and then he gets to heal back from it with the 200 million volts. Fucking absolutely crazy. So it is what it is. He swings 7K looking at his own life, and then I just take it, swinging another 8K, and I take that one as well. I do get a 200 million volts trigger, so I am going to use the trigger, probably getting rid of the 0 cost event, and maybe a Momonosuke. Probably should have gotten rid of the Zoro, maybe. I'm not sure. But it is what it is. So I'm on my 5 Dawn turn here. Can't really use the Hiyori for much. My triggers right now are pretty bad, so I could, yeah, I'm probably just gonna swing 6K to life and then play the Roronoa Zoro in case he has any blockers, Sanji's, which I'm sure he does. But noticing his deck at this point, he does have the Sky Island version. I'm really interested in why people are running Sky Island / Big Mom Pirates. It kind of sucks because every time I fight a Katakuri that's running this deck, every time I swing into their Parasparrows and they let it die, they always whiff off of the search because it has Sky Island in it, and they always just get Sky Island cards. It always happens when I'm playing against them, and it's just so weird. I don't know why. Maybe it's like the meta deck or something, but I don't know. I feel like it could be better. But yeah, so he passes a turn to me after swinging, and I think I counter out of all of his swings, so I'm going to play a Kikunojo, give 2 rested Dawn to the Zoro, resting his Sanji blocker, and then swing into his Parasparrow. And like I was talking about earlier, he gets no cards draw because I'm guessing he whiffed off of the search, just because of the Sky Island cards. So I attach 3 Dawn to leader, and then swing 8K to his life. Let's see if he's going to counter out. He counters out with 2 2K counters, Beiji and a Satori, so glad to get those Beijis out of his hand already because I don't want him to get those at the bottom of his life. And I pass turn at that. Looking at my hand, I have 2 2K counters and then 3 dead cards in hand, so it's looking a little scary for me. He swings 9K, I take it because I'm forced to. And I thought he was going to like play something here, but interestingly, he just plays, or he attaches all Dawn to the Sanji blocker, so I just take it because at this point, next turn, it's game for me. So here I'm kind of debating, like, do I play the Yamato and try to get a life and then play a little bit more passive or defensively? I don't really have much counter in hand, so I can't really afford to do that. So I attach 5 Dawn, it looks like, to life, or to leader. And I misplayed here. What I should have done was played the 200 million volts and given myself the plus 3K, so that way I'm not wasting as much Dawn. That was a misplay there. But I do end up playing the 200 million volts anyways. I play it to give the to give the power to Zoro, and then resting the Sanji blocker, and then I'm just gonna swing 9K with Zoro, and which he's gonna take because he doesn't have a lot of cards in hand. So I use leader effect to give 2 rested Dawn to the Kikunojo, and then my 2 standing up Dawn to the Kiku. And let's see if I get it or not. So he's going to counter, and he has just enough to match it, but not to block it. So into our next matchup, we have a Perona here, and this match is kind of short. So we'll just kind of speed run through it, I guess. I mulliganed through my first hand. It didn't look really good. into this matchup. And then I do get the Denjiro, so I can use it to negate her popping effects and just have a body on board constantly. So I'm gonna search with the Momonosuke searcher, and I whiff off of it, but luckily I do get another Momo, so now I have 2 Momos in hand and 1 on the board. Looking very nice, awesome. So I swing 7k to life, and he just blocks it with the Rosinante. So I pass turn at that. He's gonna swing 5k to my Momo searcher. I just let it die. There's no way I'm gonna defend it, and he plays a Kuzan and passes turn. Here I really can't play anything. I could play the Denjiro, but he's just gonna get popped because I can't give the 2 rested Dawn to Denjiro yet, especially because just because he's not at the opponent's leader is not at 3 or less life. So I'm probably just gonna swing here, seeing if they take it or not. They're not gonna take it obviously because it's a double attack. They don't want to, so they counter out with this Sabo blocker. So I'm just gonna play the 2 Momo searchers, searching for some 2Ks probably. So I'm probably gonna get the Hiyori there. Yep. And play the other Momo and just get the Izo for the search or for the 2Ks, and then pass turn at that. I can't really do anything with 1 Dawn, so it is what it is. He swings 5k to the Momo and then swings another 5k with the Kuzan to Momo, and then he plays a Sabo blocker. At this point it is going to be kind of annoying to get rid of these blockers just because the black decks always have those Sabos, so those Sabos I can never like quite deal with them, and that's why I kind of added the 4-drop Zoro, just because the 4-drop Zoro can rest any 6 or less characters, so I can use the Zoro to kind of get rid of the Sabo blockers if it doesn't get popped, because I have to play it and then pass the turn and then swing with it. So if it doesn't get popped, it's good, but if it does, oh well. But I swing 7k to life. He blocks it with a Sabo and then counters out. So I'm probably gonna... Okay, I play the Zoro here. And it is a 4-drop, so the Perona does have the ability to rest it. But then they accidentally pass turn, I'm guessing, and just concede at that. So it is what it is. Their hand was looking kind of bricked up, so it is what it is. We'll never know how the match would have gone. But into our final match of the day, we have a Reiju. And this match was really close. I did definitely misplay at some points of the game here. But we'll see how it goes. So turn 1, I play a Momo Searcher, and I pass turn onto the Reiju's turn 1. He draws his stuff, and then he gets a he plays a Reiju, the 2-cost, and then uses the effect to play the 4-drop Reiju turn 1. So I search with the Momo Searcher. Gonna get a Izo in case he has those what do they call it, the Ichiji's, I think, the blocker brother. And then I'm gonna swing 7k to life. He's gonna counter out, but he counters out with a lot of 1Ks, so I got a lot of cards out of his hand. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. I got 3 cards out of his hand for that. We're chilling. And then I pass turn because there's not really much else for me to do. So he's gonna attach all 3 Dawn to the Reiju character, so I'm just gonna take that one, and I'll probably just counter out of the leader swing with the Momo Searcher there that I have. Okay, never mind. He swings at the Momo Searcher. I don't know why I thought he wouldn't. But yeah, so I'm debating here on playing the Onami, and I end up playing it, attaching 3 Dawn to leader and then swinging. He actually counters out, which is actually fucking crazy. Like I don't understand the whole thing of countering out with, what was that, 3 or 4 cards? 3 cards? He counters out with 3 cards, so he loses 3 cards when he could have just only lost 2 cards from the banish. It makes no sense, but I mean, it is what it is. Again, like, the German deck does play the cards from the trash, so it doesn't really matter, but like, still, like, you lose 3 card counters. You could have just taken the hit, but oh well. I guess he doesn't want me to get, that 3 life or less advantage. So he counters out, and then I pass turn at that because I'm like, okay, I can't really do much. He plays the Niji, popping my Onami, and then swings 5 with both his character and his leader. I'm just going to counter out with a Momonosuke, and then probably going to take this one or counter out. So I counter out, interesting, with the 2K. So what is it, my 9 Dawn turn? Or no, 7 Dawn turn, I think. Yeah, it's my 7 Dawn turn. What can I do here? Let's see. I could probably just play another Onami and then just attach all Dawn and swing. And I'm pretty sure that's what I do. I'm debating here if I want to attach all Dawn or if I want to attach only 2 Dawn and then play the Zoro. But I end up just being like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to attach all Dawn. So I attach 5 Dawn, swinging 10k with Banish, and he's forced to take it. There's no way he can counter out with just 2 cards. So I get a Ichiji, the lower cost version of him, and I think a Queen blocker, if I remember correctly. So yeah, his board's kind of looking a little menacing. He has 3 swings here, with one of them being a 6k swing base. So it's looking a little menacing, but nothing I can't handle. Against the Reiju, I'm kind of just going to keep swinging into face because, I mean, I'm not really too pressured. I mean, you can build all this board, but if I build board just enough, I can just keep swinging with my double attack and then, you know, trying to go for game as fast as possible. So yeah, let's see. He plays the Reiju, gets the cards from his hand, I think, or from he searches with the Reiju, and then he played an Ichiji and then trashed it, but not playing one. It's like I was kind of confused at that, but it is what it is. So here he's just swinging with you know, 6k, 5k, and I counter out of most of them. I think I don't remember which one I didn't counter out of, or if I did counter out of all of them. But he passes turn. I have the Onami in my board still. He has 2 life left. So let's see. Just swing 5k at the Reiju here, and I do have the Yamato on my hand, so I'm probably just gonna play the Yamato, popping the other Reiju to clear his board a little bit. And my whole idea here was if he didn't take the first swing from the Reiju, I'd play the 9-drop Yamato, popping the non-rested one, and then swinging with the Onami with the 2 rested onto the other Reiju. But he took it from my leader swing, so I just attached the 2 rested Dawn to the Onami swinging at life, and he takes it. So he's at 1 life now with only 2 swings. I have 2 life cards, and he only has 2 swings. He could play the Ichiji Rush, but I don't think he has it. So he plays the Reiju Searcher, I guess, and searches a card, or not searches, he draws a card, sorry. So he draws a card off the Reiju, and he has quite a big hand here, it looks like, so I'm kind of worried about how much of it is counter. Most of it should be counter, because a lot of his cards have counter. Shout out to Hail to the King on the top. He swings 8k to life, and I'm kind of forced here to take. I do have 2 0-cost events now, so shouldn't be too scared. And at this point in the game, I was like, okay, I should have game here, so I'm not really scared of getting all my life taken away. So I'm going to swing 11k with the Yamato here. And then I'm like, all right, well, let me just attach all Dawn to my leader and swing here, which was a misplay because I was thinking like, okay, most of his cards are counter, so he could probably counter out of this, but what if he can't? So I was on the what if scenarios, and should have just played it a little safer, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, so I swing 5k to life. So he counters out with the 1k, and then I'm gonna play the Horty Jones. Interesting. I play the Horty Jones, rest his Reiju, whatever, giving the 2 rested Dawn, and then swinging 11k to life. Probably should have. Yeah, I probably should have swung 5k to with the Onami, and then I don't know what I probably should have swung 5k with the Onami using leader effect, and then swung 9k with that untapped Dawn with Horty Jones, and maybe I would have had it. I'm not sure. I can't quite do the math here. So I'm like, well, I lost here. I'm just gonna play it out. So I passed turn, and honestly, this person kind of did mess up a little. I feel like they should have just attached all Dawn to the Ichiji, or to the Niji, and just swung at that, and I probably wouldn't have been able to counter out. But he plays an Ichiji, and he's now only has 2 Dawn left up, so he's going to swing 6k. I counter out with a 2k counter. And then he's going to swing, let's see what he swings with next. He swings 7k. I counter out using the 0 cost event, trashing a Zoro, which has no counter. And then he's going to swing 6k again. I'm going to counter out with the 2k. And now he can only swing 6k, so I'm just going to counter out with the 0 cost event, getting rid of all the cards in my hand. And he passes turn at that because it can't do anything else. So I'm just going to attach all 10 Dawn to my Yamato and swing 19k, which he can't counter out of. And I take it there. So yeah, guys, that's the Wano Yamato deck list that I kind of was talking about yesterday. I did make some improvements, so if you want to go check out the deck list, it's at the beginning of the video. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching all my videos and all the support that you guys have been showing. I read all your guys' comments and I try to respond to all of them. You know, sometimes I do get lazy and I'm just in bed, not wanting to work or whatever. So, but I do respond to all of your comments at some point. So, thank you guys again so much for watching all my videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.